Today's video I will be discussing the permanent resident pathway for IT and engineering graduates and some good news for skilled visa immigration policy. Hi, welcome to Newstars Immigration International channel. Newstars has over 15 years experience in the immigration industry. Newstars is made up of a team of more than 20 migration agents and immigration lawyers who all share the same passion and knowledge for helping people like you to migrate to Australia. The best way for you to keep up with all the news is to subscribe to our channel. I'm Jack, who is a registered migration agent and also a lawyer admitted in Supreme Court of New South Wales. The skilled visa applicants are finding that it becomes more and more difficult, even impossible for them to get skilled visas. However, the capital city is still welcoming skilled visa applicants with open arms, especially for IT and engineering graduates. Canberra always treats IT and engineering graduates generously, which is reflected from its invitation numbers and frequency. Even during the pandemic, the immigration policy of ACT is still stable and reliable. Skilled invitation numbers and frequency are essential for skilled migration purpose. The matrix points test, actual invitation scores, time frame, specific invitation criteria, and the remaining quotas are easy to be understood. All these factors mentioned result in a predictable trend for the Canberra state nomination. Now, the state issues invitation each week and grants nomination each week regularly. Upon the 1st of April 2021, 248 places remain for 190 and 321 places for 491. Let's move on some basic state nomination requirement for Canberra. First, the residential requirement. So before the time of invitation to lodge the nomination, the applicant has lived in Canberra for at least 6 months. If it's for 491 nomination, only 3 months are needed. Number 2, work requirement. Before the time of invitation to lodge the nomination, the applicant has been working in Canberra for at least 6 months. Still, for 491 nomination, only 3 months. Number 3, occupation requirement. Basically, the applicant's occupation should be on the ACT critical list. Every 4 months, the list will be reviewed and minorly changed. But IT and engineering occupations are always on the list. So what kind of applicants suit the ACT state nomination? Let's take an example for Peter. Peter is an IT master degree graduate and was just granted a 485 visa. It is relatively easy for Peter to obtain metric points for 1. Proficient English, 2. Critical sector occupations, and 3. 6 months of experience in ACT, and 4. IT work experience, and 5. master degree, which equals 15 points. So totally Peter may get total 70 points. According to current invitation circumstance, applicant who has 75 points will be invited quickly. So another 5 points may be accumulated from partner skills, 1 year of experience, professional year course. The brief conclusion is that an IT or engineering graduate who has been working in Canberra for 6 months are highly likely to be invited for the ACT state nomination. Okay, next part of this video, we'll talk about something about good news from Joint Standing Committee. The federal government's Joint Standing Committee on Migration has announced its interim report on skilled migration to Australia. Skilled migration includes most visas that are based on your occupation, employment, or business. The report gives a good insight of what we may expect in the future for skilled migration. Interestingly, they have found as a result of COVID-19, over 500,000 temporary visa holders left Australia, resulting in significant skill shortage and job vacancies. In November last year, reaching 254,000 vacancies, higher than any point in the last 10 years. In Western Australia, 1 in 3 businesses has skilled labor shortages, and more than 1/3 of businesses in the Northern Territory have identified their greatest challenge over the next 3 to 6 months to be attracting and retaining staff. So the committee has announced some recommendations. Key points from the interim report's recommendations are that the committee recommends that the Department of Home Affairs be required to provide greater transparency, and where employer-sponsored visa applications are in queue, to allow employer-sponsored workers to work for multiple employers without making applications for new visas. For the priority migration skilled occupation list to be expanded urgently to include the chef, waiter, cafe and restaurant managers, and seafarers in addition, but not so urgently civil engineers, electrical engineers, motor mechanics, cooks, carpenters, electricians, and other roles in hospitality. Health, trades, agricultural, and manufacturing sectors also be placed on the priority migration skilled occupation list to reserve places on flights for quarantined, for skilled migrants, and for all employer sponsored. So that's all the content for today's video. Please remember to subscribe our channel. Please take care there and safe. See you next time. Bye.